Hi, this is Greens by Under, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Today, another great show happening. Just a reminder that we do lives here on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central, and Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central. So remember to mark that down on calendars. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, go to secondreadingsbyandre.com and all the information's there. And you can email me and we'll set up a time. So let's get started as we're waiting for all the people to come. We're gonna take a look at Doge, the future of Doge. So let's get started. So this is going to be a year. I'm going to look at the Doge coin for the next year or so. I know there's some people asking pre-show about Doge. Or at least one person was asking if Doge will be used for paying for Tesla rides or something like that along those lines. So that's an interesting question. Hello, good surfing. Got the hang loose symbol. Anyways, let's have a quick look at Doge for the next year or so. So it seems that the health is very good. It seems that they're ready to charge forward. Of course, they're following the rest of the market, going up and down and all that sort of thing. It's. I know everybody's asking if the whole thing is going to be dropping in the next week or so, and I'm picking up that no, it's not going to be doing that just yet. It's going to be a little bit longer, where everything's going to be collapsing in on itself, uh, and then we're going to see the separation between the old stock market and the crypto market, and they're going to be going separate ways. But that's not going to be happening for a little while yet. So I think when the actual traditional market collapses, you're going to see Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies collapse at that time. Okay, but only for a short. Get your treasure. Domino. Domino. Only for a short period of time. Okay, and then they're going to be separating, where the old market does its thing and the cryptocurrency market is going to be going up. Okay, so let's. The health for the next year seems to be very good. There's no big celebrations or anything like that within that year span. There's going to be some worrisome times with the price as um, everything goes up and down like it normally does in the cryptocurrency market. If you haven't gotten used to the roller coaster ride, you better get used to it. Uh, it's a daily thing. Um, Other things that I'm seeing is that they're going to be making a decision to uh, go a little bit more mainstream, where it's being used by more and more companies going forward. Uh, and that's going to take place. It's already happening with a lot of companies where they're going to be using Doge as a payment system. But what a lot of these companies don't really understand is people are probably not going to use their Bitcoin and Doge and all that until Bitcoin is at least $1 million. And then people are going to be using it as regular cash. Um, I know a couple of people that are actually using Bitcoin as regular cash, as their day-to-day cash, uh, but that's far and few between. It won't be for quite some time until that sort of thing happens. A lot of things that have to happen before that happens. Okay. Um, the people involved in it, it's going to be this long journey I'm seeing till Doge really gets into its stride. Um, And it could be, I'm picking up that it's going to be one of the cryptocurrencies of the regular folks, okay, that got in too late to Bitcoin, okay, and be used by them. Um, uh, so it'll be used worldwide as a regular little payment system, not like the Bitcoin system will be for the people that got lucky in the very beginning and got some Bitcoin for really good price. So I do see that. I do see Litecoin being in that position as well. Even now, the uh, rich, the banks, and the elites are buying Litecoin as well, along with Ethereum, which people don't know too much about, but I hear it every morning when I watch the Modern Investor with another gentleman on YouTube. Very good show. Eat my breakfast, and I watch his show as I'm eating my breakfast and morning coffee. So maybe have a look. It's a very good show. Um, yeah, it's. I don't think Elon is going to be using it for payment of the actual cars. I know it's in its merchandise section. You can use Doge and I think maybe Bitcoin, but I don't think he's going to be using it for buying Tesla cars in of themselves. So overall, I think Doge is going to be great. I don't think nobody's really going to become a millionaire holding Doge unless you got a lot of it, like some of my friends. I think the price is going to be up to $1 or two in the next year or so. Um, Maybe even $3. Okay, I just picked up the number three as I was waving my hand around, giving people seizures. So somebody commented that. Uh, it's a psychic thing. We do this all the time. It's just I know other psychics and they do this too. It's just weird. Yeah, wash hands. Anyways, um, yeah, Doge is going to be a great force to be reckoned with in the near future. So, if you don't have any Doge, I would suggest getting some if you like to. Not financial advice, of course. Let's get into the second one. XDC. Okay. I think I did a reading on this one a while back, but I'm not too sure. But let's have a look at it. I don't know much about this one. Okay, XDC. It seems that the health of it is, and this is going to be for the next 3 months' time. It seems to be very. It's not as healthy as it can be. I think there's some things going on in the background where it's really affecting the price. There's a lot of things coming between in it and its goals as a whole functioning system. They're really hung up on a lot of things on how to move it forward. And this is probably what's keeping the price down for the next little while. I do see some partnerships coming out of that. Okay. Because of the price being where it is right now. I don't see it really going up in the next 3 months or even longer than that. Um, it's going to have a really hard time of it for the next little while. Um, and we do have a 10 card, but it's reversed. So whatever they were planning on having have succeeded, okay, 10 cards are always at the end of a cycle. They thought they were at the end of a cycle, but it was false news, as they say. Um, and it whatever it is, it's going to continue for the next little while. Okay, there's some white hat activity with this one, which suggests that there was some black hat stuff going on with them. Yeah, it's going to be a lot lopsided and very lackluster for the next little while. Okay, hopefully that answers everybody's question on XDC. ApeCoin. Everybody loves that ApeCoin. It's one of the biggest newcomers to the scene, so it's very interesting. rough. So make sure you get your questions lined up. So when we go to the chat, we'll have some things to talk about. Okay. Or we'll just have to make up stuff. That's okay too. Now, let's see. Doing the ApeCoin. Now, it came out very strong not that long ago, this cryptocurrency. And the cards are seeing it peter out a little bit as they're hung up on where to go next with this project. I'm not sure exactly what this project is or does. I just heard it on one of the videos that I watched about the cryptocurrency. So I don't know exactly what they're trying to achieve with this one. So, but the health seems to be okay. It's a little lackluster right now. So for the next 3 months, it's going to be, it gets a little, this is what happens with a lot of cryptocurrencies. They get really big newsworthy stuff and then collapse. I noticed that with my keyword research for my videos when I'm doing keyword research for a newer coin, and it goes like this, and everybody loses interest. Okay, and nobody searches for it again. Once it'll bloom, and I'll get a view on one of those older videos that I've done. So I'm hoping that ApeCoin isn't part of that new and then falls off a cliff in interest. So I'm picking up that it'll last a little longer than the 2 years or whatever in excitement, but I do see that it's going to be dropping off in interest for the next year or so. The price seems to be okay. We're just seeing a lot of hangups and a lot of hurdles that they're going to have to come through to and up and over to get to that next level of cryptocurrency ape coininess. Okay, so the people involved in it seem to be very stable, very nothing wrong there. There's a lot of good advertisers with this one. A lot of cryptos don't have very good PR. So I think this one actually does and will be seen by more and more people as we go along. Okay, so that was ApeCoin. The collapse. I saw Jan B saying, hope the bottom's very soon. So, other hand, the collapse. And this is going back to when is the stock market going to go and everything catches on fire and we run around in the streets with our hair on fire and all that sort of thing. So let's have a look on that for the next year. Well, we'll do a year. Will it happen in the next year? I'm thinking that it's going to be about after harvest time, because a lot of things are going to be happening in that time, which is bound to happen because of When the food is too expensive, people can't buy as much. So when people don't buy as much, companies that serve the people will have to lay off people because they don't need them. You see the domino effect that's going to be happening. Okay. So, hey, we got Super Little Guy. See him in the corner of my eye. That rhymes. Okay, so the collapse. Will it be this year? I think we're very, very close to the collapse. And when collapses happen, doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It just means that we're going to be bringing everything back to zero, where we got really good buying opportunities if you have some liquid assets and you got out of your positions before everything went down. Everybody is being greedy, actually, in the actual stock market. It's really scared in the old market. So remember the old saying that I always say, which is from somebody else: when everybody's greedy, be afraid. When everybody's afraid, be greedy. So everybody in the crypto market right now is kind of afraid because it's doing this, right? And everybody thinks it's the end of the world. And this is when we become very greedy. Okay. This is when you buy. So in the regular stock market, I think it's still on the greedy part. So this is when you be afraid of that market and sell your position, okay, if you want to, and wait for it to collapse and then put your money back in when it's really low. This is how all the rich tycoons do it all the time, okay? So looking at the cards a little longer, there's those partnerships, meaning government and banking and all that cartel, trying to come up with plans to keep us in the banking system. It's not working out as well as they would think. Okay, this is why they're doing all this rhetoric about cryptocurrencies, because they don't want people to taking their money out of the banking system because they don't want to run on the banks. Okay, and then you putting it in the cryptos and actually becoming wealthy. They don't want the regular people being wealthy. So we're going to see a lot more of that rhetoric coming out of the United States and Canada and worldwide. So expect that. Right now would be time to sell your stock market positions a bit, if you like to, not financial advice, and then putting them into crypto. Other things we're seeing about the collapse and when, I think it's still at that harvest time when it's going to start to really show its true self at that time, and regular people are going to be starting to realize that it's happening. Once you hear it on the news, it's already too late. You always try to get it before it actually collapses. Okay, and there's indicators. Okay, if you're paying attention. So the people involved in it, there's going to be a lot of people getting revealed on who they are. It's this whole Elon Musk exposing people right now on Twitter, which is interesting. Jeffrey Epstein's assistant is showing a lot of, hasn't shown the list of the people that were clients, but that she was selling something to other people. She had a product, but no customers at the moment. So that's going to start to get revealed, which is going to be collapsing the old system into a new system, which is going to be better for the regular people out there. This is where the meek are going to be taking over the world. Okay, so don't worry so much. Be prepared for it. Okay, as much as you can. Buy that Bitcoin, buy that Ethereum, buy that gold and silver. Okay, put away some food if you can, and just try to ride it out as best as we can. Yeah, that's being revealed. There's a lot of people that have sold everything and are waiting for the market to bottom out and then buy back in. And we're gonna have a wheel of fortune. So if you're educating yourself on the system, this is probably what everybody's gonna do, right? So sell your position, hold it in something stable, and then buy back in. Okay, that's basics. So it will be happening very, very soon. Okay, let's get to the next thing before we run out of time. STRONGblock recently changed to Stronger, but the price is tanking. It looks like it will, will the price be back to being positive anytime in the future? Thank you. That's a good. So everybody's afraid, right? That's what it's indicating. It's tanking. Oh no. So the question is Stronger a good crypto to buy in? When everybody's afraid, be greedy. So the question is, should we be greedy? It's going to be dropping some more over the period of time in the next 3 months. There is going to be some good buying opportunities for this one. Even though it's tanking, that's fine. Is it still good? Company with this name change, rebranding. I'm seeing that it's going through a transition where the old people that were involved in it are going to be going away, and they're causing a lot of trouble behind the scenes. And the new people will be pretty good and are a positive force for that cryptocurrency. I would buy some positions in on it, probably now if you are able to. Not financial advice. You do what you do. But I do see this huge struggle behind the scenes and then coming back up. Okay, it will survive. So yeah, in the future it'll be back to positive, but it's a great buying opportunity. Wink, wink. Okay, let's get to the next thing. Hi, Andre. In what week will crypto market be the lowest this month? Okay. Or is it gonna go keep dancing? It went down to 48. This is Canadian. 48. That this is Bitcoin, of course. 48,000. Then went back up to 49,000. That's just today. So. So, what is the best time? Lowest in the market. I don't think it's this month. It's going to be the next month.
You said what week this month?
What week this month? It's going to be in the 4th week. So, probably when the best buying opportunity will be. Okay. Thank you. Are we at the bottom for Ethereum? Super Whittle, guys, talking to everybody. That's all right. There we at the bottom of Ethereum. Now there's going to be another little drop, but not that much. It's about 3,600 Canadian, so whatever that is in American, I don't know. All because everybody's poo-pooing the lateness of the 2.0. People getting nervous. It will happen. It just won't happen on the date that they were specifying. So everybody's freaking out about it being late and the possibility of it not being successful. It will be successful. We already did the reading on that. So now that everybody's poo-pooing it and being afraid of it, what do we do? Right? So yes, it's going to go a little bit lower. Okay. But it may be signaling some good buying opportunities for everybody. Okay. Thank you for the question. When will my company be taken over by new management? Thanks, Andre. Is this Marlon? Oh, no, Marlon's on Twitch.
STRONGblock. He's on both, actually.
He's on both.
This is STRONGblock.
Okay. I thought so. Anyways, he's double screening me. Anyways, the company, there's going to be another decision point where there's a fork in the road. We got the Two of Swords. Okay. Which is, it's at a fork in the road. A decision hasn't been made. The new company is going to be taken over sooner in the next couple of weeks. But they're going to be taking a loss of money. Okay. They seem to be in a hurry to do everything that they can to acquire everything, even at a loss. So is 2 to 3 weeks from now. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. What future do you see for Verasity and Syscoin cryptos? And will they survive? Well, we do Varsity first. We got dogs barking. Next door neighbor. Okay, so this is for Varsity. It seems that the health of it seems to be, there's a lot of sneaky silliness going on behind the scenes of this one. So it's going to be affecting the price, of course, for the future. But the people that the majority of people seem to be very good for this one. They're not hung up on where they want to go. They will survive. They've actually figured out a way of keeping themselves relevant for the foreseeable future. We got the Judgment card. Okay. And to me, when I see the Judgment card, it has been chosen by the higher powers to be something for the future. So it's going to be one that's going to be staying around for quite some time. And they're going to be taming that price where it's not as bad as it was. So there's going to be some good buying opportunities coming up, but I believe it's going to be going up from there. They will be around for quite some time. They just got to straighten out some things in their own backyard. Okay, but not a bad one. And the other, Syscoin. It's another one where the health is okay. There's a lot of work being done in the background to keep it relevant for everything going on. Keeping up with the Bitcoin. They found their path moving forward. They're just going to start implementing it very soon. Because we got the Ace of Wands in the house, so that means yes, it's going to survive. It's going to be making money very soon. And be going up pretty good. So the answer to the question is it will survive, yeah, and it will do well in the future. It's just going to be that long journey. Okay. That long boat ride to the other side of the river, and it'll be fine. It's just another one you got to be very patient with. Okay. So that was Syscoin. Two very good cryptocurrencies, actually. Well, Rippio get to $1 in 3 to 5 years. Never heard of this one. Thank you, Marlon, for the $20. Thanks. Okay, so this is RCN, $1. It's going to be one of the ones that will get close in that time period. I think it's to the later of your question, to the 5th year. Well, it'll start to get to that $1 mark. I think there's a lot of other things that need to happen before that happens at the $1 price. I think there's some situation that they're trying to figure out exactly where to go and how to do it. So once they start to figure that out, okay, then it'll start to get some traction. Okay. I think it's going to be around for beyond that 5 years. And that's when you'll start to see that big growth in that cryptocurrency. Okay. Thank you for that question.
I don't know if you have answered this already.
Yes, we have answered that.
Okay.
Sorry, Super Whittle.
That way.
Randi Zuckerberg. Okay. I don't know who that is, but I'm assuming it's Mark Zuckerberg's relative of some sort. The cards will tell us. Actually, coming up, on my channel, YouTube channel, I have a reading for Mark Zuckerberg in a couple of weeks, I believe. 2 weeks time. When is that?
14th?
The 14th? 14th or the 16th? I'm doing readings for the elites and the
14th.
on their birthday. So a birthday reading on their birthday. So it's on the 14th. So I got a reading coming up for Mark Zuckerberg at that time. So for Randi Zuckerberg, oh, his health seems to be very good. I did the 3 lines of cards: health, wealth, friends, family. A lot of confusion in his friends, family, coworkers, that sort of thing. I do have. I'm picking up that he's struggling with somebody in his family, and actually fighting with them. I'm not exactly if it's Mark or if they're actually brothers or whatever, but there is some type of struggle with him and the rest of the family over money, a money situation with him. There's going to be some victories for him going forward. I think it's a legal thing going on with him. And he's going to have victories along the way with that situation. I think this is something that's going to be coming up in the next year or so. I think there's some type of health issue with somebody around him, and that's going to be the reason that they're going to be having this tussle, okay, on why this person got sick. And he's uncovering a lot of bad management within his sphere of influence. So he's going to be getting rid of that. And some people are going to be walking away from that situation. So you're going to see him hiring new people or whatever that is to help him with the business side of whatever he's doing. Okay?
It's a girl.
Oh, it's a girl. There you go.
His sister.
It's Mark's sister, it looks like. Okay. So maybe that's who she's tussling with. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. Andre, looks like Cardano may heat up soon. Your thoughts? Well, I always knew they're going to go well. Just how well? I see it as the second. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum are the first wave of coins. Ethereum, or excuse me, Cardano and coins like it are going to be the second wave of coins. That's going to be, I think, working in conjunction with Bitcoin, but they each going to have their own job. So Cardano is going to be very quick at what it does, okay, and take over some of the jobs from Ethereum later on. It's not quite there yet. Ethereum is going to be around for quite some time, but I think Cardano is going to be basically taking up the slack on what it can't do. So let's have a look at Cardano. Next through. I know they've been going through some trouble in the last little while. I think the cards are revealing that their health is a little shaky right now, which has been expressed in the news already. I think they're going to be coming out of that in the next couple of weeks or so, with some new information coming out, and I think they've started fixing a lot of the things that they started stapling to the side of the blockchain, which will make it move a lot better without too many bumps in the road. And the cards are revealing that the people involved in it have a lot of plans for the future, but it's going to take a lot longer than they had expected. Okay, so Cardano is going to do well in foreseeable future, but it won't take its place amongst the bigger coins. It already has, but it's going to be even bigger than what it is now, and be one of the coins a lot of people are going to be turning to in the future. But that won't be happening for another 2 to 3 years. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. How long will food shortages last, do you think, in Europe? Wow. We're seeing a little bit of that here too. I think it won't be this year. It's going to be the following year. We're going to see a change in that situation. I don't want to get too much into it, but they're setting us, the powers that be are setting us up for starvation, basically. But here in Canada, we're going to just not have all the selection of food that we enjoy. So we kind of have to get used to eating macaroni for the next little bit until the white hats start to take over everything. In Europe, I think it's a similar thing. I don't think it's as big as everybody's making it out to be. Okay. I'm just seeing that the foods that you normally, all the variety is going to be shrunken down to a few certain items. Okay. And a lot of people, because the price is going up, won't be able to afford most of those choices. So you got to be even lower amount of things that you can eat. We will be eating, it just won't be of a great variety of foods. So let's just throw some cards down for that for Europe. A lot of things that they're trying to set up and try to scare the people. Part of this is a scare tactic to keep people in line. A lot of that's going to be falling flat on its face in the UK and throughout Europe. And they're going to be charging for it with new food coming in about over the next winter time. You're going to see a bunch of food start to being restocked on the shelves. And I think everything will be put back to where it needs to be. Not this summer, but the following summer. The next, not this growing season, but the following growing season. Everything's going to start being whacked back into place. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. I'm rebranding and starting a Shopify this store. Would you pull a card or two for me? Thank you. Okay. It does show the change. Okay. I don't think it's the change that will make the huge difference. The rebranding is okay, But I think it's the type of items that you're I think the cards are just showing that you're focusing on the wrong thing to get that success that you need for your Shopify store. Um, Making sure that you pick items that people are actually looking for, okay, and will be picked up by the search engines. So if you're good at keyword research, okay, and you have a good keyword tool, you should be able to um, come up with the items in your store that you should be promoting the most. Now, always remember to give or try to give the things that people are actually looking for. Okay. No matter how much you rebrand, it you should be focusing on what actual people want and are easy to acquire keyword wise. Okay. But outside of that, the rebranding should be fine. It's just picking items that are easy to rank in the search engines. Okay. And and picking those items that people are actually looking for. Okay. Thank you. Brad would like a 3-card reading for finance. Another basically the cards are showing that you're overly worried with what you have. I think you have all the right things, but you're too worried about the ups and the downs. I'm assuming you may be new to cryptocurrencies, and you're not used to all the ups and downs. I think you got all the right things, making sure that you got the Bitcoin, the Litecoin, the Ethereum, and all those ones in your portfolio. Everything else, I'm picking up are well. With all these dips, remember those are good buying opportunities if you should wish to do that. Okay, the cards are just showing that you're finding. I think it's just that you're worried about some of it. Okay, don't worry too much. You're just fine. Thank you. Is Sandbox and Solana a good investment? Sandbox we'll look at, which is one of those NFT global virtual lands, I think. That's the coin for one of them, anyways. We'll look at that one first. Sandbox is a good investment. It has a long life span that I'm seeing in the cards. And if you can get it at a good cheap price, even better. And we do see the Wheel of Fortune with that. Okay. So I think if I was going to choose between the two of them, I'd go with Sandbox. Okay. Let's look at Solana. Solana is a different story. They've had another 50% attack or something like that not that long ago, and they're saying that they're going to restart it. Blah, 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 blah. So they're having many troubles on the technical side. Okay. Even though people are still investing in it, they're having a lot of technical situations there. So it'd be one I'd be very leery of. Okay. Well, let's throw some cards down for Solana. Even though I just said that, it has the Ace of Wands, which means yes to whatever I was saying. They are going to be making partnerships and having many victories along the way. I am picking up they are going to be fixing a lot of the technical problems coming up very soon. If they don't, it's going to be falling flat on its face. I think right now I think some people are scared of it because of all the stuff going on behind the scenes. So may lead into good buying opportunities for yourself. Yeah, it's going to survive like Sandbox. I still think Sandbox is the better buy, actually. But if you can get both, do so. Thank you. Can I get a reading on Gen Evolution Token? Ooh. Seems the health of it, everything that they're hoping for is going to be stopped, okay, for the health of this project. It may not evolve. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of things going on behind the scenes where it's good. Everything that they're hoping for is going to be stopped for the next 3 months. I'm seeing a lot of in the financial part. There's a lot of nasty things going on. All the partnerships that they were hoping for are going to be falling flat on their face, and those victories that they were hoping for are also going to be falling flat on their face. In the next little while, they're going to be hung up on how to proceed forward. Okay. And they're going to have to really work their butts off to actually make something out of this cryptocurrency. I don't think it's going to last much longer than a year or two. Okay. So hopefully that helps you out. You've mentioned overcoming adversity and moving forward. Thanks, by the way, for that insight. But could you please do a 3-card reading on anything coming soon that will lift my spirits, bring joy and celebration? Well, the Ace of Wands, and that usually represents action. Many of the times in life, when we want to feel better about something or ourselves, we have to take action in things. Okay. It's like working on a project, those sort of things. You can't wait to feel good about making a change. You have to make the change and then feel good about that. Okay. Once you start moving into action, okay, because we got the Ace of Cups too, which is all about emotion. And we got the Ace of Wands, okay, which is action to make. You have to do the action first before you start feeling better emotionally, okay? An action in a process to better yourself in some way always works better. I know a lot of people wait for to feel better before they do something. And usually the case is you have to do something until you feel good. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out, Super Whittle Guy. And Thank you, Yellow Fist, for the 150 DKK. Added to the dinner for you and Yvonne. Hi, Andre. Do you see Constellation Dag moving to $1 by the end of the year? Okay. $1. It's going to get close, but people are going to be walking away from the project for some reason. Okay. We got our old friend walking off into the distance. That's a indicator card for me that everybody that was excited about this project or thing, and they see the truthness of it, and they start walking away. Yeah, that's enough of that. And they start walking off. But we do have the Knight of Pentacles, which is upright. I don't think it's going to reach that dollar by the end of the year. And I think a lot of people are going to be annoyed with this and moving on to other things. Okay. So that's the long and short of it. So no, unfortunately. Thank you for the question, though. If you've heard of Pi Network, tell me something about it, please. Pi Network. Well, it's I have heard of it. It is a cryptocurrency that you can mine on your phone. It won't make you rich if you're just mining it on your phone, but it's a lot of fun. I was doing Bitcoin for the last little while, then it got annoying and I got rid of it. So nothing wrong with the mining it on your phone. It's a fun for a little while. Getting into it in any length, I wouldn't. It does have a use case. Let's just throw some cards down. Now, the B network was a similar thing that you can mine the cryptocurrency on your phone. Yeah, they're going to be okay. You're not going to be a millionaire or anything from mining it on your phone, but the project is good. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Bob Job, can I get a 3 cards on my son? Well, we got the Ace of Wands and Ace of Cups right next to it. We got this wonderful card, meaning we're worried about the situation, that sort of thing. I'm picking up that whatever it is that he's going through and what you're feeling for him, I believe he will be fine. Whatever he's going through, he's going to get through it emotionally and physically, and to be okay with that. Okay, so I think he's going to be just fine. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. And with that, one more.
You want one more?
We'll do it Thursday.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody's asked if you can't get it today, we'll do it Thursday. Okay. So that's a reminder. If I've missed your question, make sure you put it in the comment section down below, which people have not been doing after this becomes an actual video on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. So I remember and I'll write it down for the next show. Okay. So just a reminder, go to secondreadingsbyandre.com for any other information. If you like a personal reading with me, go there. There's information there. You can email me. We can set up a time. Okay. Also, we can, if you like to keep your hard-earned cryptocurrencies safe, also on that website, there's a link to Trezor, the better of the cold wallets out there. And make sure that you join us again for our next live on Thursday at 5 p.m. Central and Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Central. So make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.